Here is a 1979 Porsche 911 SC. This is a car that was owned by a mechanic, serviced excessively. We have all the records from him himself. He kept records of the work he did himself of the car. All the front suspension has been addressed. The motor was taken out, fully serviced. There's not a leak on the car, and that's very hard to say on a Porsche. But I will show you the bottom. Not a leak on the car. All new brakes, brake cylinders, calipers, everything you can imagine was done on the brakes, suspension, engine, transmission, even the clutch was done on this car. It is just a driver. So you're looking for a daily driver, here it is. It's got little scratches, it's got its imperfections. You're not going to worry about driving this, to the grocery store, and it's a driver. It's not a show car. Everything works, even the AC. Beautiful interior, excellent back seats, great carpeting, no rust on the car ever, because you're getting a California car. Motor is beautiful. Everything should be in working order, and you guys obviously can come check it out. Look how easy it fired up. The floors underneath were insulated. I mean, these floors are amazing. I'll show you underneath later, but the floors were insulated. Put these things in there for sound. Very smooth to drive. This is daily driver, really. This is probably the most well sorted out one you'll be able to find at this price. Maybe I'm wrong, but it is very sorted out. The guy was owned by a mechanic. It's not all about, everything's original. Not necessarily. He liked to use things like this just to make it a daily. He didn't care what people thought. Put a better radio in there. Made sure things were working. And it looked good. Nice and solid here. No sign of rust or anything. Everything looks pretty good. It's got a heavy amount of wiring because of the radio, but got your VIN right there. I'll show you guys in here. Your spare tire. It's see how hard it is to take it out. Okay, it's pretty solid here as well. Looks like a toolkit. It's very solid. I don't see any sign of any real rust. I just see should have been cleaned or vacuumed, but it's pretty solid here. So before I fire up the motor, I just want to show you guys how nice it is and how this wasn't cleaned. So this is how it looked like. It wasn't like pressure washed or anything. I just want to show you guys how clean and oilless this engine is. You can't say this about a lot of Porsches, but the guy was a mechanic, like I've been telling you guys, and he did all of the maintenance. I have a file of things that he recorded, and there's a few things he didn't even record that he did himself. But if you look at the casings, they're all dry. Everything looks like it's almost like he went through a lot of different things, and I'm sure he did. The distributor, the wires, a lot of different hoses. Looking in here, the fuel filter looks like it's new. Everything in here looks great. And I'm gonna fire it up so you guys can hear it, but it really looks like someone had an engine out service, and I think he did. All those wires are in great shape. Everything underneath this hood is in great shape. So let's fire it up. And this thing will fire up every time. It doesn't give you any problems. It's just something you get in and drive and enjoy. Idles beautifully. I gotta take this thing off. It's just glued on. It's for your phone. No smoking out the tailpipe. Even when it's really cold, it doesn't smoke excessively or anything. That's probably for his radio setup. It sounds excellent. It's just the motor, beautiful. And I'll show you guys the records so you guys can see all the work that was done. But it's got 206,000 miles on the working odometer. It's not stuck or anything. So your radio works. If I can figure out how to use it. Source. Antenna comes up. So your radio does work. I gotta turn that off. Your windows roll up and down. Got your cigarette lighter here. See if this AC works. This car runs absolutely flawless on the highway. I mean, you could drive this car to whatever state you live in, and I bet you it'll make it back with no issues whatsoever. I mean, I'm driving down the highway going 70 miles an hour, and I'm barely touching the throttle. This car easily could go over 100 miles an hour. You can take your hand completely off the steering wheel and go straight down the highway. Very mechanically sorted out. Your horn works. It's beautiful to see this. It's not been undercoated or anything. These are the original floors and they're in very good shape. The car really doesn't have any rust. I haven't seen any rust at all. But watch the video, see for yourself. Transmission, engine, fully addressed. I'm pretty sure, according to the records, these were taken off, serviced, put back in. You got new Continental tires. They're in very good shape. Valve cover is not leaking. They're very good looking. He probably resealed them, and he resealed them well, because you can usually see them sweat a little bit, and that's normal. But this one looks like he sealed it up really well, because it's not even doing that. These look pretty either gone through or they look new. So looking out underneath, it's also great shape, guys. This wasn't clean. This is what it looked like when I got it. It's not covered in oil. I've been driving this all day. It would have been covered in oil. Any other Porsche, and it's normal for a Porsche to leak a little bit, but sometimes some leak more than others. This one doesn't look like it's really. You got a tiny drip right there, but you know what? It doesn't even make its way to the ground. It's very minor. Your shocks have been replaced. Pretty sure whatever was needed was done. So this bushing looks like it's probably been replaced. That one for sure. Nice floors. That's your tranny number. So same thing here. New tires, solid floors. Nicely serviced transmission. All your axles look like the axle bushings also look like they're new. Very nice tires, good thread. No rust on the jacking points. Underneath here, you got your cat. You got shocks that look like they've been recently replaced. Your bushings look great. Transmission, engine look great. Your valve covers on this side don't look like they're leaking. Look very nice, well sealed. And then no damages here or Bondo. It's very solid. New tires, disc brakes, nice tires, and no rust issues here either. Okay, so we have the Porsche certificate. You can see it was silver originally, black interior. Then you got the title here. Smog sheets, old smog sheets. And then here are the records we have. So he owned this mechanic shop, so he actually kept note with the years. So from 2020, basically he did all these things, and it's a crazy amount of things. You got the valve cover, gaskets, oil filter service, oil filter, new oil, valve cover gasket set, distributor cap, distributor rotor, spark plugs, ignition wire. There's so much stuff. You guys go through the photos and you can read up on everything he did. There was so many different things done to it. All the clutch work was done. All the brake work was done. All the suspension, miscellaneous things. He went through it. Tons of things here.